listen to KTNG. Y'all hear her voice every week. Her name is Molly Bell, straight out of Compton.
My name is Molly Bell, and I am straight out of Compton. Roland Bynum, while I'm speaking, I need you to make your way up here by me, please. What I want to say, everybody listen to Roland Bynum? Let him through. What I want to say is, first of all, reparations in memory of our ancestors. We've got to come together because some things are happening. First of all, we need the people to know that sometimes we have very good ideas, and sometimes we have a mandate. When I was a young girl, they used to call the police the man. So I want you to use this word. Say good idea. Good idea. Say mandate. Mandate. Now I'm going to ask you a question. You tell me if it's a good idea. A good idea is a good idea. A mandate is this is what we demand. This is what we want to happen. This is not just a good idea. First of all, Diaz, who did the video, you know it's against the law to text and drive. Do you think that any politician should not pass a law that say it is against the law to video while you're driving? Is that a good idea or a mandate? Mandate. Next one. The police, who officers, they get paid for beating us up. Now, do you think it's a good idea that our tax money pay for the beater-upper? Or is it a mandate? Mandate. Do you think that the police officer, if he have his sick leave, if he have his annual leave, I don't care about using that, but should he sit behind a desk or any other part of the police department and get paid? Should he not do that? Is that a good idea or a mandate? And also, when people tell us on the freeway there's a sign that says no pedestrian, no motorcycles, because you might get hurt. Is it a good idea or a mandate that if a police officer highway patrolman did not see her get hurt by a car, that he should make sure that it happened by beating her to death? What do you think? Should we hold him accountable for that or not? Is it a good idea or a mandate? It's a mandate. I was talking to Roland before I come back and say my closing. Roland said that there was something that some of the people missed, and it was something about a glove. Roland, what were you talking about the glove?
The fact of the matter is that the California Highway Patrol do not drive with gloves on. He put those gloves on when he got out of that car with an intent to put some harm to that black woman. So you got to remember that. Let me say this, slavery does not exist. Our women are free and black. We're not putting our hands on them, black men, white men, no man. Put your hands on these black women. We respect our women, and that's what it's going to be. And let me say this, don't be just emotional about this. You think this thing through. Take it all the way through. Let the lawyer fight the fight, and as Najee said, we got it on the streets and she got it in the courtroom. Do not sleep on this one. Don't let them put their hands on our women, our boys, our children, our men, period. That's all I got to say.
And just for the record, Roland Bynum has the old school block party. Every Saturday morning, 6 o'clock to 10, followed by Levi, who loves you. I could do the whole roster, but this is not the time or the place to do that, because we gave shout-outs. My favorite public radio is KPFK, and all of you that listen to it, and you know you do. But my favorite radio station is Stevie Wonder's 102.3. All right, now here's what I finally want to say before I take my spot. Thank you, Roland.
Okay.
Before I take my spot. Do you guys, anybody in here remember when Rodney King got beaten up? Do you know who came to our rescue? What police form of officers? The Highway Patrol. The lady's name was Melody Singer, and she came and made sure that Rodney King stopped getting beat up. So for us, the Highway Patrol had been that good set of police police officers. They had been, if you didn't have your license, you might be in trouble. If you didn't have your tags, you might be in trouble. No insurance, but they don't have no history of beating us. So who is this cop? Where did he come from? Only been there 1 year. So what gave him the nerve to think that he could do that? He's out of order. He's wrong. He needs to be under the jail. Now, after I said all that, I closed the way I always close. First, Najee, the SEIU, inaction is always on the case. Reverend Smart, I see Brother Khalid Shaw, and so many other groups here. But I close the way I always close. I need a big black fist up in the air. All you prayer warriors out there, you know what you've got to do. You've got to keep fasting. You've got to keep praying because the struggle continues. But always, to God be the glory. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Molly Bell. Give Molly Bell a hand. I want to give a couple of shout-outs because these brothers have always been in the front lines fighting for us. So we may not hear from them today because today I want the women's voice to be heard because a black woman was beat. So the black men have your back, but your voice needs to be heard on this situation. But I see Brother Khalid Shaw here, Melvin Snell here. I see Big Money Griff here. I see you, Big Money Griff. Ceasefire's here. And Reverend Baker. And Reverend Lopez here. Okay, all right. So let's do this. Let's hear from Sister Chimbuku from the US organization.
How everybody feeling today? You feeling strong? You feeling black and strong? That's what we gotta feel. As Brother Najee said, my name is Chimbuko Tambo. I'm Associate Director of the African American Cultural Center, US. I'm also Vice Chair of the Black Community, Clergy, and Labor Alliance, which is a Black United Front organization. Many of the people that you heard today are members of the Black United Front. And so when you hear people say black people ain't coming together, black people can never get along, tell them that that's not true. There's a new organization, the Black Community, Clergy, and Labor Alliance. We meet every single week to discuss these critical issues. First of all, I want to begin by sending warm greetings of solidarity from our Executive Director, Dr. Maulana Karinga, who is Professor and Chair of the Department of Africana Studies at Cal State Long Beach. He's also the creator of that beautiful Pan-African holiday called Kwanzaa. So I send warm greetings from him on greetings of solidarity and struggle. First of all, second of all, we are here in defense of our sister Marlene, but we are also here, black people, in defense of ourselves because we understand that black freedom is indivisible, that justice is indivisible, that dignity is indivisible, that security, our security of our persons is indivisible. The police didn't ask, what's your credit score, what class, what job, how much money you got in the bank, and the only reason I wasn't beaten, the only reason you weren't beaten was because of one thing, and that is your absence. Had you been there, the exact same thing would have happened to you. More points that I would like to make this afternoon. The first is just the brutal savagery. The brutal savagery of a man who's paid by our tax dollars to protect us to get on the floor on top of a woman and beat her 11 times with his fist full on. The brutal savagery. 15, thank you. The second point is the racist arrogance. The racist arrogance that you can sit on top of a black woman in broad daylight. I'm not talking about hidden, not in the back of a squad car, not in some alley at night, in broad daylight, knowing that everybody and their mama got a cell phone with a camera on it, knowing that there's surveillance cameras all over the place. Racist arrogance. Do you think that would happen to a white woman? No, that wouldn't have happened to a white woman, only to a black woman. And that brings me to the third point, the continued dehumanization of black women, which we've seen since the beginning of time in this country, always trying to deny us our womanhood, always trying to deny us the respect that all women deserve. And we want to challenge that always. The fourth point, black people, is that this is a clear and brutal confrontation for us, challenge for us. It's a brutal challenge for us. That this rally is good. We applaud Brother Najee Ali. We applaud Reverend Tulis for bringing us together. We always have to begin here. We always have to be active, but we got to take it to the next level. You know we have to take it to the next level. We demand not only that he be fired immediately, but that he be indicted immediately. How does this criminal continue to work and to be paid with our money? Are you kidding me?
He needs to go to jail.
We also need to reform. We need to reform the system because there's no system. It's systemic police violence is what we're talking about. Systemic police violence. It starts with the little vigilantes that want to be police. We can talk about the trans people that want to be big bad police. We talk about the highway patrol. I don't believe the hype that there are the good police. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. 50 years ago, in August, almost 50 years ago, in August of 1965, it was the highway patrol that tried to arrest Marquise Fry, and that's how the revolt, the August revolt started, was by the highway patrol. So don't believe the hype that there's good. The problem is systemic. The problem ain't even about this one individual. We have to reform and reconstruct the police system itself because it is inherently violent. And finally, after all that, we got to rebuild the movement because we can't keep having episodic engagement. We can't keep just getting mad and coming out to the park when something happens. We got to do that. We got to do that. But we got to rebuild the movement. And so I'm sure everybody here has ideas about what we need to do next. We have a community discussion plan tomorrow, Sunday, July 13th, 3 o'clock at the African American Cultural Center. 3 o'clock is on 40, what's our address? 3814 West 48th Street. 3018 West 48th Street. 3 o'clock, we're going to have a community dialogue. This is a chance for you to be heard. Come on out. We have flyers circulating. We're right around the corner from here. We want to get your ideas. What should we do? Where do we go from here? Aside to side, we know that we got to keep pushing. We got to keep struggling. See you tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
No justice! 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 What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! All right! I want to give some more brothers a shout out because we went in for my sisters. I see Gerald Good, President of Santa Monica branch of the NAACP's bid this little day. Our next speaker is someone who... Our next speaker is Sister Lonnie, who's actually beaten and brutalized by the CHP. We want to hear from a victim, and then we'll hear from our sister, Omarosa.
Good evening. I'm very blessed to be here just to speak to you all. I love the unity. I love just the movement power right here. Everybody united together against police brutality. I'm not here to talk about my case. I'm here to let you all know that I'm in solidarity with Marlene Pinnock. This was unjust. This is not an isolated incident. The only reason why you're hearing about this, the only reason why we're here is because somebody was brave enough to take out their camera and film the police, and not only do that, but release it to the media. That takes a lot of courage, and that's what all of us should be doing. The police, who watches the police? Who polices the police?
They make you turn your cameras off.
This is not a city police officer. This was not a County Sheriff. This was a California Highway Patrol. And I myself was also beaten back in 2012 by Officer Ramirez. And this is a brown-on-brown, crime. And what happens is, my video was also, my incident was also captured on a surveillance video, and it was excluded from the court on the basis that it was prejudice against the officer. So I wouldn't be very surprised if the California Highway Patrol with the district attorney from the general's office who represents California Highway Patrol in a civil matter, these are unlimited resources that they have against us, the people. And so we have to stand together. We have to stand very strong, because I'm up against this and I have the people behind my back. And you know what? That's the only thing that's pushing me forward. And I have just recently filed the lawsuit. And I want to, just to let you guys know, film the police. It's okay. We have the right. What's the first? What are they afraid of? What do they have to hide?
They give you a misdemeanor if you film. They give you a misdemeanor if you film.
That's right. When you pull out your camera, you need to be at a safe distance, and you need to not speak a word. You need to stand there with. You have the right, and you need to fight, and you need to get rid of that fear, get rid of that intimidation that they want us to. They want us to be in fear. They want us to keep us down. And you know what? Enough is enough, and we need to stand together. Thank you very much.
She has a lot of courage to be out here today. I met the sister on Facebook last night, and I'm just so impressed by her courage and her conviction for wanting to be here today to speak out against police brutality. And I see you, Larry Ivory. Give Larry a hand, longtime activist. I see you, Starlet. So our next speaker is someone who needs no induction. I first saw her years ago on the show Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump, but I know her as an activist, someone who's passionate about working on our behalf in this community. So for me, even though she may be a celebrity, she's down with the movement. Yeah. Our sister, your sister, Sister Omarosa.
I need every sister that's in the sound of my voice to just raise your hand right now. Every black woman that's standing here, every mother, every daughter, every auntie, every niece. Look around, brothers. Our sisters are not punching bags for the CHP. Our sisters will not be doormats for the CHP. You cannot beat us. You cannot ignore us. We are going to stand strong. Our sister Maya Angelou said it best, you may throw me down in the dust, but still I rise. Yes. And so my word to you today is very simple. We black women matter. We count. You cannot beat us and throw us down and expect us not to speak. We have a voice and we will speak. But I'm also standing here as a minister. I'm assistant pastor at Weller Street Missionary Baptist Church, and I know that prayer changes things. And as Marlene is sitting in the hospital even right now, I need every prayer warrior to pray for this sister. She took 15 blows to the face, and we need to pray for her. Okay. And so as we started, we end. You may throw us down into the dust. We will rise. Still rise.
Najee, I'm gonna need that money.
Our next speaker would be Sister Saba Muhammad, and I love this sister. I've known her for like 20-some years. She's a beautiful Muslim sister from my community, but the blessing is you have Christians, Muslims, blacks, Latinos, all people are here of all races and religions because we only care about one thing. That's social justice. Fighting for Marlene Pennant. I see you, gospel provider. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Sister Saba.
Brother, you a frontline soldier, brother. I have nothing but the most respect for you. Absolutely. Let's get my chance. My name is Saba Muhammad. I work with two organizations. One is Stop the Violence, Increase the Peace with Brother Khalid Shaw. We are trying to step out on that street and always remember those young people who are watching us and seeing how we're going to handle this matter. They want to know how we're going to deal with this matter. You know what? I had some sisters ask me the other day, say, where are our brothers? What happened in Africa Africa, 200 and something girls taken. Every time I think about African, I think about big men, men working and handling their business, taking care of their families. How did that many girls walk off? Somebody else had something to do with that. Somebody with some money had something to do with that. Okay, now the other organization I represent is CIW, California Institution for Women. I'm a chaplain there. We have a whole group of women that have been victims of this system because they try to defend themselves. We have so many lifers there, so many sisters that's got life because they tried to defend themselves. So I want you all to remember, this is our fight. This is our business. This is our community. Have a great day. God bless all of you.
As Najee said, we're thankful to have so many of our activists here in Los Angeles. I'm going to introduce one of my big brothers, brother that's down with the movement for a long time. Let us receive Pastor Lewis Logan. Let's give him some love as he comes.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. How you feeling? We praise God for this opportunity just to be with you, and we give thanks and appreciation to Almighty God for bringing us together, to the various organizers, National Action Network, Brother Najee, to the CBC, to all of the organizations that have brought us together. I feel led today to offer a word of encouragement and healing. We can't change what happened to us, but we can change what we do to ourselves. I want to ask, if you will, if all the brothers will surround the sisters in this group. If all the brothers will surround the sisters in this group. I'm asking all the sisters to come in tight. I'm asking all of the sisters to come in tight. And I'm asking all the brothers to surround the sisters. I want us to experience a moment of healing. Whenever I got a chance to watch the video, it hurt me to see what that brother did to my mother, to my sister, to my daughter. And I thought in my spirit, we've got to heal ourselves. That we have to take a moment and pronounce healing on our community. That regardless of how others try to treat us, we've got to heal ourselves. And we have to realize that whenever there's an injury to one, there's an injury to all of us. And so we want to show that brothers, that men are still here to be protectors of our sisters. And in this show of solidarity, we want to burn in the minds of our young men and our young ladies that brothers are here to protect us and that we must protect and heal ourselves. And we must be able to speak healing on ourselves. It doesn't matter how you treat me. What matters is how I treat myself. And because we treat ourselves with respect, with admonition, with admiration, and with solidarity, it doesn't matter how you try to beat us down. We're still here. And we're still going to be here. We're the people of the day before yesterday, and we are the people who will be here the day after tomorrow. You can beat us, but you can't kill us. And you can try to destroy us, but we still gonna keep standing because we know who we are, and we know where we came from, and we know where we're going. We know that those are the desperate blows of white supremacy trying to break us up. But we realize that no matter how hard you beat us, you can't whoop us. We can take a licking and keep on ticking. And that's why we're out here and we speak healing to ourselves. Somebody shout healing! Bless you.
We have a long-time activist that's here today, Brother Khalil Shaw. Let's give him some love as he comes.
We talk about stop the violence and increase the peace. We talking about stop the violence and increase the peace. Stop the violence against the people, man. If we're going to talk about stopping the violence, stop the violence against the people. Man, that stuff was crazy. I don't care how you look at it. I don't care what lens you use to justify it. That stuff was crazy. See, that could have been your mama, your sister, your granddaughter. It was your mama, it was your sister, and it was my granddaughter. That stuff was insane.
Brother Douglas. I want to say this to all the beautiful sisters here. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm for Bryce. And I'm gonna tell you, I stand when it comes to my folks. I'm not Dr. Martin Luther King. He's much greater than I am. I'm just a poor brother out the neighborhood. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna stand for my folks. Because if I had been there, they'd have beat me too.
Let's receive Miss Linda J. Come on, let's give Linda J some love.
Thank you, guys. Police Child said everything I wanted to say. He wanted to say that is our sister, that is our aunt, that's your daughter, but most of all, that's your mother. You know, when we see a black woman out there, we need these men behind us to stand up. Because I was getting afraid. I was scared. I said, well, you know, the men ain't coming out like this. You don't want this to get out of hand like the gangbangers have got out of hand for kids on killing our kids. We want to fight and we want to stand up for our rights, but we can't let this die down. No, we can't let this lying down. This is real serious. We cannot let this go. They haven't even told us the name of this meeting. They haven't told us the band that came back to assist him. We don't know what's really going on. But I tell you what, we got to stick together. Are you guys willing to stick together? Are you willing to fight? There comes a time when we have to put our own life on the line. We cannot be going down the freeway and see this happen. It's not always about the video. Sometimes we got to put our life on the line. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to speak up. Sometimes we have to act up. We got to show out. And I thank you guys for coming out and keep this going. Keep, as Molly said, the struggle continues. We got to keep this going. This is like the 60s. This worse than the 60s. Because they beating us like crazy now. If our husbands had to beat us like that, he beat that one. Where would you think your husband would be? In jail right now. Where are that officers are not in jail? Where he's not in jail? Do you know? Because he was beating a black woman and he was a white man. That's all. That's the bottom line thing. All
right, thank you, Linda J. I know it's Saturday. I got to get back to work, but we have a couple more speakers, and I know y'all want us to do something else with this beautiful Saturday afternoon. But we got about 2 more speakers. Just hang in there. Brother J. Mo, one of the original members of the Black Panther Party, the LA chapter.
How y'all doing today? I want you to remember that sister named MushLuv'd that the police killed. Matisse Richardson that the sheriff killed and thrown over the cliff out there in Malibu. The way that man, the way that pig, I'm gonna call it what it is, because I ain't none of my friends. The way he hit that woman with the rage, he hated the whole black race. And you know what was weird? The young man that took the picture grew up with my children. He's on his way up here, if he's still up here to speak on it. But the thing that we're gonna have to start doing, we're gonna have to stand tall and start policing the police. We can't continue to let these people disrespect us and walk away talking about we shall overcome. We haven't overcome this in 400 years, and they keep letting us know they're gonna keep brutalizing us. You got a black female attorney general, you got a black district attorney female, a black president, they still beating us and treating us like we dogs. They don't care. The only way we're gonna get respect is we gotta respect each other, and we gotta earn the respect from these people. They'll come back. They're individuals who are trying to destroy us. Stuff that's happening, that's the only thing that happened to be caught on tape. But how many times a day, a week, you think that happens to black folks? They're getting beat, getting kicked, getting killed, getting murdered. It's constant. They profiled us. They were giving homeless people tickets in the park while we were over here talking. You know, we can't let this go on, and everybody has to stand up. When they take the cameras out, when you see something strange, it's your right. It's your right to stand there and take film and see what's happening, ask what's going on, as long as you're 100 feet away. We got to watch out for each other. Just because when you see a sister getting assaulted like that, you got to stand up and speak for her. Because like the man said, could have been your mother, your sister, or your daughter. This has gone beyond the point of no return. They won't stop. They don't care how we in office. They don't care about President Obama. They don't sit in Sacramento. If they catch you by yourself in the right circumstances, they're going to try to kill you. In broad daylight with 10,000 people on the freeway. He didn't care. In And the highway patrol, they're no friends of mine. They never have been. You know why they call them patrollers? Because they used to be, they originated from the slave patrol back down south. That's where they're patrolled, and they're still patrolling us. All I gotta say is power to the people, the sisters and brothers, be careful. Watch out for one another. Power to the people.
Power to the people.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
And the power to the vanguard. Our next speaker is a longtime activist, a soldier in our community, and just because he may not look like us, he's our brother though, because he fights for us. Brother Jubilee. He's been fighting with us for years. Got a lot of work to do, Los Angeles. It was 1 year ago this week, we shut down the freeway up Crenshaw after they let George Zimmerman go. And we got relaxed. We went home after the rally, and we allowed this to happen again. This is not new. This officer had only been on the force for 1.5 years. And if it wasn't for that videotape, who knows what would have happened to this lady. They put her into a facility and detained her while this man is still collecting a paycheck. We have a lot of work to do. And it's not just happening in this neighborhood. I want to introduce the father of Carlos Oliva. The sheriff's department killed his son in East Los Angeles last summer, riding home on a skateboard. The deputy that shot his son in the back, named Fulano, this was the 7th shooting incident that this deputy had been involved in. And Tanaka kept putting this sheriff back onto the street. We cannot trust the police to police themselves. The laws that protect this officer and conceal his name, allowing him to be a secret gangster thug that can jump onto people in our community and beat them down into the concrete. We cannot allow these laws to maintain. We have a crooked police officer serving as the councilman in this district. We need to get organized. It's not enough to just come together and protest and complain. We need to get organized. We need to organize ourselves. If you're not in an organization, you need to join an organization. We don't have to be in the same organization, but our organizations need to get organized together. We need power. We need to take over this city council district. We need to elect our own representatives to the city. We need our own representatives as the mayor, like in Newark, New Jersey. Raz Baraka just got elected by the community. We have to fight and we have to organize. We're here to support the family. We're here to support the National Action Network, all the organizations that are here. We want justice for this woman. We want justice for Carlos Oliva's family. We want justice for all these victims, but it's on us. Nobody's going to solve our problems for us. We have work to do. Power to the people. Power to the people. No justice. 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 We have one more speaker, Brother John, longtime activist, who was here somewhere.
I don't want my brother to like snag you and go that long way.
I'm sorry. All right, don't take me out. No, he ain't CHP.
Okay. All right. Everybody said what needs to be said. You know, I'm of the opinion that these police will continue to do what they do. It's not about the individual, it's about the system. It's about the fact they serve a purpose. There's a reason why the gap between the rich and the poor has increased threefold, fourfold. The McDonald's CEO makes $9,600 an hour. And he don't want to pay his employees a decent wage.
Living wage.
The wages have gotten, the rich have gotten, so what happens when the rich get so much and we have so little? You know, they need a police force to protect their wealth. They need a police force to keep us in check, to keep us in fear. That's what the Trayvon Martin issue was all about. They're trying to keep us in fear. This is on purpose. This is a policy. This is Chief Beck. This is the whole police department. And the only way it's going to change is if we stop business as usual. And we know how to do that. All we got to do is march to the police station, sit there, get 100 people. You know they're doing the Borough Mondays in North Carolina, all those things that they're doing. That has an effect. If we sit there and don't move and don't let them do business as usual, it becomes a pain in their neck and they're going to change things. And then other cities going to see what we're doing and they're going to
change things. So we know what to do. We just have to organize together, stop the sectarianism, stop the get united, stop fighting over this one because you don't believe in that. This one, we believe in stopping this bull crap. Right? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to get together and do that and be consistent. Be consistent. Don't let them tell you, don't let the Justice Department tell you that, oh, just be calm, be cool for 6 months later when the anger has died down, then they, they don't do anything about it like Trayvon Martin. What did they do? They still haven't done a goddamn thing about it. I'm sorry for cursing. I don't like to curse. But they've been doing that, so what we got to do is be consistent, stay in their face, organize, let's link up together, let's link up the issues. That's it.
I'm just going to put my glasses on.
Brother John, appreciate you, brother. Long-time activist fighter in our community. Long-time activist, Big Money Griff, KTNG, front page family member, one of the original members, Big Money Griff. Thanks, Nigeria, and thanks NAACP for having this rally and protest for us, for the sister that got beat down. First and foremost, I think it's important that we all give accolades to David Diaz, because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be seeing what we saw. So I think it's for us, if nothing else, to have our civil rights groups and organizations honor David Diaz and give him an Oscar, give him a plaque, if nothing else, right here, and have some barbecue so that we can let him know that we appreciate what he done to encourage others who have cell phones. Everybody has a cell phone, to be encouraged to use it when we see these kinds of atrocities happen. Let me say this, folks. When I got a call from CP, he said, Big Money, you got to check this out, man. And when I turned on that TV, and I saw that CHP officer beating her down like that, not only did I say no man should beat a woman like that, but the nerve and the audacity for him to do that outright like that. He hit her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. Just boom, boom, boom. And then looked up and began to do it again.
And never reach for his handcuff.
Now, I don't know about you, but when it comes to their responsibility, if I'm not mistaken, is to, oh yeah, I got it right. You know I got it right. Is to, on the freeway, slow down traffic. CHP. They should have had their flares. So, what he should have did when he got out the car was pull his flare out and throw it on the traffic to slow down the traffic. Now, according to the caption, it says that he was trying to protect her. He was beating her, making her worse. Now, the problem that I'm having, folks, is this. You see this woman out there with no shoes on, and you don't have sense enough to see that she's not wrapped too tight? She's 57 years old, been arrested several times, even though you didn't know that. But the bottom line is you saw her out there, and according to David Diaz, David said that he seen her running around the car, and he started laughing before he realized he better start videotaping. Now that's the way it went down. Now all I'm saying to you is that when he went back to the office, he told his superiors that this didn't happen until David put out the video and called him in a lie. So he's got to go because he lied and he faltered at his report. Now, you see this t-shirt I have on? What does it say? We ain't going for that. We ain't going for that, okay? We ain't going for that. We ain't going for that, right? We definitely ain't going for that. Remember that? We ain't going for that. Did we go for that? Hell no. What did we do? We burnt this bad boy down. Every single riot in
America was created by the police. Every single riot, civil unrest that occurred in America was created by the police. So what I'm saying to you is that from this point on, we have got to move forward. And the only way we can do that is tell our elected officials that when they beat us and kill us, we cannot sign a contract after getting paid, and then you can't sue them anymore because they done killed us. What is happening is that they're getting paid, smacked on the wrist, and they're still able to do their job after they killed us. We've got to stop that. So spread the word, what you heard, because you know that's one of my original sayings on the front page. Spread the word, what you heard, that we've got to start to strategize to show our people how we are better off tomorrow than we are today, and how we got to stop these murderers from getting away by just being paid off. That's what's happened. That's what happened to my Chief Richardson in Malibu. That's what happened to all of these cases. They kill us, they pay the parents off, and then nothing happens to them. So we want something that's going to show that they have to be held accountable to where the contract eliminates that. You can do it for beating somebody, but you can't do it for murdering somebody because there's no statute of limitations for murder. That's all of my time. Thanks for your time. This is Big Money Griff, the most revered and feared community activist and leader in this city. Thanks, Nigel, for letting me have this little bit of time. You're welcome. The most feared and revered civil rights activist in the community.
That's all right.
So, I want, oh, wait a minute, I almost... Freedom of death, we got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. 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 We got to fight the powers that be. In order to fight the powers that be.